on 56th Street or online at sunbeltrentals.com. Looking to get a room downtown or near South Lincoln? Abe Lincoln would tell you no to the Ford Theater and yes to Lincoln Hotel. Save up to 40% off downtown Lincoln prices with a nice clean room and comfortable stay. Lincoln Hotel is locally owned and offers a day pass to the city's largest locally owned gym, Good Life Fitness. Long-term stays are available. You can learn more about pricing and book your Lincoln Hotel stay today at staylnk.com or call 402-600-0565. That's staylnk.com or call 402-600-0565.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors & Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old-school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors & Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors & Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
If you don't have Valentine's Day plans this year, strike up some romance at Madson's Bowling and Billiards. Head to Madson's on Saturday, February 14th for the second ever Love on the Lanes, a live stage-front dating show like Lincoln's never seen. The show starts at 8 p.m. live on the bowling lanes with audience participation, hilarious Q&As, and unexpected twists. Reserve VIP or standard seating by emailing sarah@madsonslincoln.com or check out their Facebook page. Come for the love, stay for the laughs, and leave with memories or a match on Valentine's Day at Madson's.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
You've got used to one segment of Good Takes in the morning, but now there's a full show of Good Takes at night. Welcome into Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome in, Raff's Good Take on Sports, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. You guys are welcome to join in, 402-464-5685. And, man, what a loaded lineup we've had so far today. Obviously, Ashley Mitchell had on Arden Lockheim, then Arden Lockheim followed up after, and then she had on Toria Sigler, and of course, Emma Spence. She had a gymnast as well. She had Sam on there. So, tell you what, Raff, the competition's getting fierce here for yourself. You're going to have to really make these shows start standing out because we got a really great Ticket Weeknight shows.
I try so hard, Harrison. So hard. We'll see what we can do. We will see what we can do. I'll try to. I just got to try and keep up with all of them. I mean,
you're telling me, man. Like I used to have used to be my reign. Is like I could just have as many hours as I wanted, and now the Ticket's grown so much. And again, you have people like Arden Lockheim who's broadcasting in games for Big Ten Network, and then of course all the athletes they're bringing in. It's like, I better button up a little bit here. The competition's getting better, but no, it's great. It allows us to go 18 hours a day. I say it all the time, but no, great stuff. And I appreciate all the Ticket listeners as always. But don't worry, Raff. We got some subjects for tonight, and one of which is I'm not surprised by it, and I'll let you go ahead and announce it.
Trinidad Chambliss gets a 6th year of college football eligibility, so he will return next year to play college football. And I am going to leave out the team because I think if you are Lane Kiffin tonight, you might shoot your former quarterback a phone call and say, hey, you got a 6th year of eligibility, and we got a treasure chest of money down here in Baton Rouge. And right now your coach is kind of going through a little bit of allegations. Maybe you might want to come to LSU and join me and your former offense coordinator down here at Baton Rouge.
Might as well, right? I have no idea what he wants to do. It depends if Ole Miss I'd imagine Ole Miss had a bunch of money though in place already, but maybe LSU is willing to throw a bigger bag at him. But I mean, bad decision. I'm so tired of this. Like the NCAA once again loses in another court case, and it was a pattern here. If anybody's been watching,
yep.
It's a state court. And Chris Raff, where do you think the judge graduated from?
I'm gonna go with Ole Miss for $1.
What do you know? He graduated from the University of Ole Miss, so there's some clear bias there. Even if he doesn't intend for there to be bias, like you can't tell me that subconsciously it doesn't have an effect. Like you like that university, you root for that university, so you're going to look at those guys maybe a little bit more innocent, subconsciously or consciously. But and they said because he had a sickness and he was really struggling. But if you actually go through it, the NCAA's argument was he acted in bad faith by ignoring medical evidence regarding a respiratory condition that prevented Chambliss from playing during the 2022 season. Or excuse me, that's their argument. Chambliss and his lawyers saying the NCAA acted in bad faith because they were ignoring his supposed illness that he was suffering, which I didn't get a whole lot of details on it. Yeah. Apparently he said he felt sick all the time. But people say, no, that's true. Now, given they're all people within his circle, so it's always hard to tell if they're lying for his sake or if they're being honest. And then the NCAA actually kind of fought back because they thought their argument was essentially, well, you were going to go through a surgery and then you opted to just do it through medical treatment. So you could have had the year, but instead you opted to go the slow route. And that was kind of their argument. And it is like, well, listen, we would have gave it to you, but you didn't actually go up and go have the surgery or the procedure that you needed. So otherwise we wouldn't have had any problems. You refused to do that. You just took medication. So I think the NCAA was right in this. I think that's where I'm at. I don't think I'm too harsh whatsoever.
Wouldn't it just be the ultimate twist of fate, though? Here you have a Mississippi judge, and then Trinidad decides, hey, maybe I'm going to give LSU a shot. I mean, that would be the ultimate slap in the face, I think, to the University of Mississippi. But in today's world, nothing surprises me anymore, because how didn't they kind of put the kibosh on Trinidad to begin with, that he wasn't going to get that 6th year of eligibility? And then I saw, and then you have the court case today. So I didn't know if this came off an appeal from prior, or it was just something, because it just amazes me how just the ages, like you have guys like in their 6th, 7th, 8th year of college. But it makes sense from the player's point of view. I mean, I think it makes total sense for Trinidad, to fight as hard as he did to get that 6th year, because I mean, the payday that he's going to get, at Mississippi, or if he lands somewhere else, is going to be 3, 4, probably 5 times more than what he would have got on a rookie deal, because I don't think he would have been a first day pick, or maybe even a second day pick. You'd probably be maybe a 3rd day pick. So it's like, if you're playing with those type of figures, you've got to fight as hard as you can to get that extra year of eligibility, which he has. And I can't fault him, because we've seen time and time again how the NCAA, is ruled against, falters. They don't have really any true rules anymore. So if you're the player, you've got to do that. I mean, I'll be honest with you right now. say Anthony Calandria has a big year next year. Is there any way he can petition for another year, at Nebraska? I mean, it's because I don't see him being, probably your NFL prototypical quarterback, but in the college game, he like I said before when he first came, it's like he has kind of like that Johnny Manziel playmaking ability. It might not translate over to the NFL game, but boy, it works really good in the college football game.
Well, let's put a pause on that. I'm hopeful that it looks like that, Chris Raff, but I'm also not going to be we've done this before, right?
I know.
Confidence. About Jeff Sims, like, oh man, this guy's an athlete. Yikes! We all remember how that one went. So I'm not saying Colandrea is bad, or I just don't know if. Again, I always say the guy that scrambles a lot and has those really exciting plays. Sometimes it's because they don't know what the hell they're looking at, and then they end up taking off and running. And in the Big Ten, does that work as well? We'll wait and see. Or maybe he really does know what he's looking at and he's taking off because he sees the lanes. We'll all get to find out together once the season starts. But for me, you don't blame the players. The players, Jay Foreman says it, and it's absolutely true. If they're stupid enough to give you the money, take it.
Take it. Yeah, you've got to try and stay in college as long as you can. Like if you
get another degree for free while you're at it.
Well, let's not go overboard on that. I think the education part of it has been forgotten about. I mean, personally, it's for the playing. It's to get that money. And if you're one of those players, it's probably not going to translate over to the NFL, or if you're a late round draft,
get a degree. That's my point though. Like that's because some players are just going to go for the money. But say guys like Colandrea, who maybe we're thinking his game doesn't translate to the NFL. Maybe it does, but right now let's just say it doesn't. Go get another degree. I mean, you can just load yourself up. If you really know where you're at as far as the pro picture goes and you're not going to make the cut, like it just adds more lucrativeness to it. Not that all the athletes are going to do it. Not all of them have the same amount of discipline. But yeah, it's way too good of a deal to pass up. And I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how the law works perfectly. But there needs to be some sort of system to where if you want to go to court versus the NCAA, you cannot use a state court within your university. I think there needs to be an agreement to where we will go find a neutral court. Maybe another state. I don't know how that works. How does this? Because that happened with Alabama. Now it's happened with Ole Miss. It's a very obvious strategy that these lawyers and agents are using.
Yeah, and they're gonna the NCAA or whoever's making these rules, or I still think like they were trying to make the push for like a Nick Saban or somebody to take over, and they need to just go and they need to define a set of rules, and this is what it is. Instead of all these asterisks, we're going to go to court. Asterisks, we're going to. There needs to be, a rule book. I know there's an NCAA rule book because you have 104.-1-1. They have a gigantic rule book. Well, they need to either update that rule book or throw that one they got away and come up with, because the thing that I think about too is you're going to have all these young players. Like if you're a senior in high school or junior in high school, it's like, how do you decide like which college to go to? Because you don't know if the person in front of you is going to be there for 3 more years, 4 more years, 5 more years, 6 more years. It's just a weird predicament. In the old days, it used to be 5 years. I mean, that's what it was. If you took a redshirt year, you're going to be in college for 5 years, and then basically you were swept out of there. Okay, you're finished. Then they had the injury medical hardship. So I guess there was a potential for 6 years, but at the max it was 6 years. There was never, you never heard anything. And then
they were a lot more strict with that medical year as well. Like they used to be way more strict with that, where you really, really had to be in and out or completely out.
And then the COVID year happened. And that was the beginning of it all, was when they started giving the COVID year, and this year didn't count. And then next thing you know, you had players playing 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 25-year-olds, 26-year-olds still playing. And then you have, guys that have played professionally trying to return back to play collegiately. It's just like stuff that I was just never heard of before, in the, I guess you'd say, the glory days of college sports.
Yeah, and then we got from text line here, we got Don chiming in as well. Like, this is how crazy this gets. So who is the quarterback trying for his 9th year of eligibility? There's no quarterback. We're currently talking about Trinidad Chambliss, who's going for his 6th year. There is a linebacker, though, out of Montana, who's going for his 9th year of eligibility. You have Solomon. I'm not going to say his last name because I don't want to butcher it. I think it's Tula. I'm not going to say it out of respect for him. But he will return for the 2026 season after being granted a 9th year of eligibility by the NCAA. So we're talking about a guy who's had 9 years. Now, obviously, he's going to have red shirts, injury years, but at some point, Raff, life's not fair. Unfortunately, it isn't. As much as we want to make things fair, listen, sometimes that's just how life pans out. That's why you're at the university, because you can also get a degree alongside it. This isn't the only thing you are as an athlete. You're also a student working on a degree for the real world. And unfortunately, to your point, a lot of that's just lost so much value. And we are going to have this gap as long as this goes on, unless they pull a Moses and, bring down the 10 commandments or the new commandments of how college football operates.
Nick Saban.
We're going to have this gap where these high school kids just aren't getting recruited. And the longer this goes on, the more and more, the bigger that gap gets of like, you're just losing these athletes who are never going to get the opportunity. And that's incredibly unfair. So as much as we want to make it fair to all these guys who are going for their 9th year, 6th year, 7th year, the tight end out of Miami, I think he was gone his 8th year.
8th year. Yeah.
So, okay, you want to say it's fair to them. Why is nobody talking about how this is fair for the high school athletes? This is totally not fair for the high school athletes.
Yeah, no, I don't understand it. It's like you said, it used to be, 5 years, and every once in a while you'd have a 6th year because they'd have a medical hardship year. It's like, why can't, they sit down if they need to bring in Nick Saban, sit down and be like, okay, here's the deal. We'll give you 5 years. If they want to do that, I'd be fine with that. 5 years. And if you want to do keep the red shirt year, the 4 games and what they do, I mean, that's awfully kind to begin with, and be like, okay, you have 5 years to complete 4 years of eligibility. You have the 4 games and you can play the bowl game. I'm good with that. And then you get one medical hardship. That's it. One medical hardship. So if say you've already redshirted, you get injured, you get that, and then your window closes. It's like, draw the line in the sand and be like, this is what we're sticking to. Because I mean, more power, like I say, more power to the players getting the 8th and 9th years of eligibility. But it's just the fact that I don't think that's what college sports was meant for. I saw one post tonight that's like, these players have been in school so long now, they're starting to get tenure.
It's insane. I mean, to your point though, like the problem is the NCAA is trying to fight it through the courts. Like you can't just, and maybe it's not all their fault. The longer this goes on, the more I've gotten to the point, like the federal courts are going to have to step in. This is it's too much of a moneymaker. There's a ton of money going in. It's happened before. The federal courts haven't always stayed away from these situations. It's getting to a point where they need to step in. And I know the Big Ten and the SEC and some of these universities are pleading, and some of these conferences are pleading, like, please, you guys we need to take this to court, because obviously the state courts aren't working and you're seeing the clear bias in there. But, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like, for instance, the Alabama player who ended up getting his eligibility back, they shut him down. So it actually got appealed. So go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, and I don't think that's fair. It's like you let him come back and participate in a few games, and all of a sudden, then you shut him down. That's their elsewhere problem. Once you let him back in, they should have let him complete the year. I mean, it's against what I think. Should he have ever been able to come back to begin with? No. I mean, he chose to play professional basketball. Once you make that choice to play professional basketball, you shouldn't be able to come back and play collegiately at that sport. Like, if you wanted to come back and play baseball, I'm good with that. But to come back and play basketball when you let him play professionally, but then when they let him come back and play, then I'm like, well, you can't come back and say, oh, sorry, we let you play 5 games, but now you can't. I mean, that's not right.
Yeah, no, it's totally not right. I felt bad for the athlete, the kid, because seriously, he was thought, whether I think it was right or wrong, I think it was wrong. He squeaked his way back in.
Yep.
But then he gets kicked out after just a few weeks.
I wonder if he's still taking classes then.
I hope. No. I hope so, but yeah, I think you're probably right that he probably isn't anymore. But that just makes the whole thing look like a sham. Like there's really no integrity. It is all wishy-washy. That maybe you win, maybe you don't. If you don't win, try again. Maybe you can get the appeal, but be careful when you do get the appeal. They might appeal back and kick you back. Like what are we doing? How is sustainable for the college sports at all?
Yeah, it's a complete mess, and it's just wild to think that 3-4 years ago we were talking about NIL, and oh my gosh, NIL this, how the money and this and that, and then now it's brewed into something completely different. Now we're talking about eligibility and guys playing 7, 8, 9 years. It's like something new. It seems to stem up every monthly almost, but it's like it's stuff that could have been remedied. Like if you would have had the line drawn in the sand, even after COVID, they could have come out like, okay, we had the COVID year. After that, we're back to normal. You have 4 years of eligibility. You can take a redshirt year. You can play 4 games in the bowl game, which I thought that was a great idea. I like that 4 games in the bowl game. You get your younger players some snaps earlier in the season, and if they happen to produce, and I like that. I was like, I'm good with that. But then all of a sudden it was like, now we're going to allow this. Now, if you go to a junior college, we'll not allow those 2 years. Then now it's just so gobbly. It's like, man, I don't know. And the crazy part about it, a lot of it has to do with the money, because in the old days, when there was no money involved, players were trying to get in 4 years and get out as quick as possible to try and, to play professionally. But now with the money, you've got players going, well, heck, I go to the NFL, I might not even get drafted. I could be a free agent. However, I can stay at my university and get paid really, really good money because there's no salary cap. So it's wild times that we're living in. I never thought it would ever get to this point, but man, it's quite the adventure. That's for sure.
Well, and some of it, even if why, again, if you think the pros out of the question, like you're not quite good enough there, but you were a good enough athlete in college. And if you use the linebacker out of Montana's case, Solomon, so with the average age of like a college kid, like a freshman, it's probably like 18, 19 years old. Like if you're 19 and you go to college and you are on your 9th year of eligibility, you're telling me that you're 28 years old playing college football against a bunch of 18, 19, 20, 21, 22-year-olds. And now today it's 23, 24. You get some of those in there as well. Yeah. But again, it goes back to that fairness. Like, okay, sure, maybe you're trying to be fair to the athlete to make sure he gets his eligibility. But Raff, did you stop growing when you got to the age of 19 or 20? No, you just get stronger. You keep growing. And especially if you're competing in that sport, you're just going to become a bigger, stronger, better athlete, because that's just the course of any person. Well, most people, as they keep getting older. So no, the 19-year-old or 21-year-old is probably going to have tough luck against the 28-year-old linebacker coming downhill.
Well, how did he do we know how he got to be a 9th year? I mean, I figure, so you have your 4 years eligibility in a red shirt. That's 5 years. So did he have like 3 medical hardship years?
Let's see. I mean, it's pretty much just all injuries.
He would have had COVID, because he would have been enrolled before COVID, because you're in your 9th year. So, okay. So he'd have 4 years.
27. He'll be 27 years old heading into the season. So here's how it kind of happened. So, I believe he got his freshman season. Yeah. Freshman season went just fine. Red shirt. And then entering his second season, he was sidelined for his entire undergraduate campaign. His entire undergraduate campaign at USC after 2 surgery requiring injuries impacting his foot in 2018 and knee in 2020. So he only had 2 full seasons. But again, like that's just the part where I'm like, I'm sorry, But I mean, that's just life. I don't think you get to go let who's going to be a 27-year-old go compete against a bunch of college athletes. So yeah, it's pretty much just all injuries.
I think you just give one medical hardship year. I think you go back to the old school ways. You get one medical hardship year. If something happens, if it happens more than once, sorry, you got your medical hardship year already. But like I said, we always talk about the toothpaste being put out of the tube. It's hard to put that toothpaste back in once it's out. So now we're looking at probably you're going to see several more court cases and people petitioning the NCAA and trying to get eligibility, trying to get extra years. I mean, going back to it again, if you're an athlete and you can make money in college sports, you've got to try and stay there as long as possible.
Yeah. 100%. We got Aaron Davis chiming in here. He says, "Can I get an amen?" Absolutely. Shout out back in the day, the old school, the drive. Also riffing with Raff and AD. I think it was about that same time slot as it used to be. And then we got Don on here. He says, a little bit off topic, but what about when J.R. Smith retired from the NBA and went back to school and played golf for the school? I can't remember. Did he compete on the golf team?
He did. And I actually was not against that because he went back and he played another sport.
I'm still against it. I think there needs to be an age limit.
So, and we could do that. We could do age limit. I don't think there's been an age limit thing ever been set because you always hear about like that 150-year-old guy that goes back and plays college football. So,
well, you've seen it with all the kickers right now. And Archie's a young guy, but you also see a lot of we're taking away all these high school kids out of the U.S. opportunity to go be punters, kickers, because they're just going to Australia. And these guys are like 25, 24, 26 years old. And it's why wouldn't you go get there? Again, you can get guys that are not kids. They're young adults. And that's all they do. You just got little camps there. So in a case like Archie Wilson, great, because you got him when he was young. You witnessed the talent. Yeah, you went out of the States to go and get him. But I mean, how many special teams players in the U.S. right now are starting to regret their decision of focusing on kicking or punting because they're like, well, I have to be really good. I got to beat the 25-year-old down there in Australia who's been doing this and going through the camps his entire life. Again, it's just more problems. I don't think the age limit is a crazy position to take. Never thought we'd have to take that position, but the way it's going now, you might have to.
Would you set it at 25, 20, I guess probably 25 would probably be
25 would be my number. And I would have to, double check, but I think 25 is pretty fair. Once you're out of 25, a 26-year-old again, I think that's when you're getting to the point where it's you're a full grown adult, not quite yet, but you're pretty close to it. And you're going to be going up against young athletes, and they're 18, 19, 20, 21. And then the seniors, 23, 22 years old. I don't think it's fair for the 26-year-old to go compete against those guys.
Yeah, no, that'd be something if you set it at 25, because most of the time people enroll 18, 19 years old when they're freshmen. So that would give them technically 6 years.
Yeah.
So you'd have 4 years, red shirt 5 years. Something does happen, you give them one medical hardship year. 25. Yep. I'm good with that. We fixed everything tonight. This is what we do here. We fix the problems.
We try our best. And then I do like your point too, of where, everyone agrees on this. Once you declare, you're done.
Yeah. Finished.
You bet on yourself.
Yep.
How can you say, well, I'm betting on myself and then come back? Clearly you didn't bet on yourself. If you had a backup plan, that's risk.
That's the thing is once you declare, that you're I guess I'd be okay if you declare and you don't play, because now that you have NIL, people are getting money all the time anyway. So it's not like it used to be. Once you declared, the agent gave you money to get you through until the NFL draft or whatever. So now that you're getting money already, if you declare, you're good to come back if you're inside our 25-year-old limit and you have eligibility left. But once you play that professional game, G League, overseas, NBA, NFL, boom, you're finished. You can't come back and play that sport.
I don't think that's egregious at all.
Yeah.
On a quick side note, before we go to break here, Raff, I know it's not on the notes, but me and Nick Whiteman were talking about this game. Hasn't been great for Nebraska women's basketball. Really struggling. This is their 4th straight loss, and they lost tonight versus Minnesota, and it wasn't really close, 67-84. And really, that third quarter was good for them, but everything else was all in Minnesota's favor. Now they are sitting at 16-9, and they're 5-9 in Big Ten play. Was not on my card for Husker women's basketball. And I know some people say, well, we don't have Potts. There's more wrongs with this team than just not having Potts right now. Where are you at with Amy Williams?
Oh, I'm good. I mean, she's put up NCAA tournament teams.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of
call for a job. I don't like doing that to people, but
I wouldn't even be close to that point. And I know she's got recruits coming in. You still got Britt Prince. I think this year's just been rough. But remember they started out 12-0. So
yeah.
So I'm thinking you're going to see the coach that Amy Williams is the rest of the year, because now I think they're at that point now where they've got to put up some wins if you're going to be an NCAA tournament team, because they've yet to get a quad 1 win this year. So it's like, this is, I think, where you find out, what kind of coach, what kind of team, how much they come together. Is this game tonight? Is this their breaking point? Is this, well, we'll see you next year? Or is this one of these games where you bring the team in, or the team meets amongst themselves and says, hey, we're letting this year slip away if we don't, pick things up. So I'm no way, no how would you get rid of Amy Williams? No way. But it's just a matter now. It's the team, the players, the staff. They're going to have to come together now and decide what they want this year to be, because I don't think the door is shut on them making an NCAA appearance. I think they still have plenty of games left if they regroup and put some things together and make a little bit of a run at the Big 12 tournament, or Big 12, now Big 12, Big 10. Do they take every women's basketball team in the Big 10?
Now that there's 18, I don't think they do. No, I think it's like the men's.
Well, the men's, they take all 18 now. They switched it back. So.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. I'd have to double check on the women's if they do bring in all 18. I'll look it up over the break, but we do got to go to break here actually. But yeah, my 2 cents on it. I was just, it's a little bit disheartening because you thought tonight would be the response. Again, they had a gauntlet. Like, don't get me wrong. Number 11, Ohio State. Number 8, Michigan. Number 22, Maryland. Really tough games. But then you get a Minnesota game where you're trying to. This was the game where I thought they'd try to come together and try to get that momentum back, and they got blown out of the water. So hopefully they respond back. Like I said, I don't think the door is shut completely yet, but they really got to start getting some momentum in there. And then if, Britt Prince transfers and goes to a better, like, that's the stuff that I kind of worry about. Yeah. I'm not going to make any definitive statements because season's not over yet. So don't go anywhere. Raff's Good Take on Sports 93.7 The Ticket. We'll talk to you guys in a bit.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Gentlemen, Valentine's Day is just around the corner. Don't be that guy running to the store for flowers and a card on your way home. Let Sartor Heyman Jewelers help you be a hero this Valentine's Day. We have great gifts in store now, and if you spend $129, we'll throw in a free bouquet of roses. Give her what she really wants this year and let us do the rest. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, your hometown jeweler since 1905. In Lincoln and Grand Island and online at sartorheyman.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep the clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street, online at doubleeagle.golf.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Stop into Zollner Ford Beatrice and check out a brand new 2026 Ford Explorer for only $39,995. That's right, under $40,000 for a brand new Explorer, loaded with extras like Copilot 360, second row captain's chairs, and more. With approved credit, receive financing as low as 2.9%. Treat mom to a new Explorer for Valentine's Day this year from Zollner Ford Beatrice, Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect. MSRP $45,175.
If you don't have Valentine's Day plans this year, strike up some romance at Matson's Bowling and Billiards. Head to Matson's on Saturday, February 14th for the second ever Love on the Lanes, a live stage front dating show like Lincoln's never seen. The show starts at 8 p.m. live on the bowling lanes with audience participation, hilarious Q&As, and unexpected twists. Reserve VIP or standard seating by emailing sarah@matsonslincoln.com or check out their Facebook page. Come for the love, stay for the laughs, and leave with memories or a match on Valentine's Day at Matson's.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and right now at Koppel, we are offering big discounts on all of our inventory. 2026 GMC Terrains are leasing at $279 per month or buy for $27,690. 2026 Canyons leasing for $269 or buy for $40,980. Also right now, all new Equinox EVs and all half-ton trucks are starting at $12,000 off MSRP. These are just a few examples of some of the aggressive pricing going on right now at Koppel. Please stop on in or check us out at koppelcars.com. All leases with $2,500 down and with approved credit.
Hi, this is Doug Keller. When I started my first little body shop in Eustis back in 1979, I never dreamed it would grow to 8 locations and over 100 employees in Nebraska. I knew then, as I know now, that if you treat people right, they will keep coming back and also send their friends, which is why our tagline is, where our customers send their friends. I guess there are many things in life that change, but the golden rule never does.
The most recommended Eustis Body Shop. That's who we are.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out the top-selling Epic Effects. Epic Effects is designed to help blast body fat, curb cravings, and provide smooth energy so you can cruise through the day. Home of free samples and better than internet pricing, Epic Effects can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
Back to Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket. With all the good takes you need, here is your host, Chris Raff.
Welcome back. Raff's Good Take, segment number 2. Got through a lot there in that first segment, and as a result, we only got about like 7 minutes on this one, so apologies for a little bit of a short one, but Chris Raff kicked things off.
All right, so big news out of Nebraska tonight. High school football schedule released. Week 9, Omaha, Nebraska. You've got Millard South versus West Side, the most anticipated game, I think. I'm going to say Nebraska football in probably the past 10 to 15 years.
I think so. Who's at home?
It's at Millard South. It'll be at Buell Stadium.
Ooh.
It'll be Braylon Warren, quarterback, West Side, Missouri commit, going against Mr. Trey Taylor, Nebraska commit. I was looking tonight. The stadium holds around 5,000 people. Without a doubt, I think that stadium will be packed to the gills for that game. And I'm looking forward to it with eager anticipation to see the two quarterbacks. I know they're not on the field at the same time, but to see them duel it out and to see that caliber of quarterbacking going on in Omaha, Nebraska, in the state of Nebraska, I think that's must watch. I think that's one of those games. If you are Nick Sainert and Jay Foreman, you might have to make a road trip and broadcast that game on 93.7 The Ticket.
No brainer. Yeah, if they let us do that and give us the problem is like, what's the competition going to be? Now, we should get in the door because we're the best radio station in the state of Nebraska, sports broadcasting especially. But yeah, no brainer. And again, this is where it's going to be must-watch TV. I bet you they sell all 5,000 and its max capacity with some standing room in there as well. But this is where you kind of go back to the Millard South. And I know a lot of people are upset by it. Some people are okay with it. But you can't deny that it draws a buzz. And then, of course, you got some great talent on the other side of the ball, too. That's bringing in some eyes. But, I mean, it's
and I will say this,
what South's doing.
I'll say this right now to the NSAA. If these two teams are the two best teams in the state at the end of the year, you do whatever you can to have them on opposite ends of the bracket because you have a great opportunity, the final Class A championship game, to have one of the largest attendances at Memorial Stadium in the history of high school football. You do not put them on the same side of the bracket. I'm putting that up to the NSAA right now. If you want an extra influx of money for that state football tournament, you put them on the opposite ends of the bracket and you try and see if they can fight their ways to Lincoln, because part two could be, I mean, that first game in week 9, you're going to see stuff. And then people are going to look forward to, hopefully they both have great games and people want to see it again. And that could be one of the biggest nights in high school football at Memorial Stadium since they moved there, some 25 years ago or close to 30 years ago. So I think, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see those two, just because I get a chance to watch the Trey Taylor videos. He posts a lot of videos of him throwing, working out. You get to see Braylon. They post a lot of pictures of him working out, and I just want to see. I'm intrigued by the both of them and just the talent that that the state of Nebraska. I know Trey transferred in from Illinois, but hey, he's a Nebraskan now, so I'm excited to watch the both of those guys play.
That's right. This one from Don, good point out too. He says we also have East versus Southeast, Lincoln East versus Lincoln Southeast happening tonight, that same night. So that first week of games is going to be awesome, and it's going to be, man, we might have to double broadcast. I don't know if that's possible, but put one on the Ticket app and one on the brick and mortar, because now we got enough guys that can at least do it. Shout out to the Ticket crew as we keep growing. But I'm excited for football, Raff. How much time do we got left? I mean,
I think we're like 200 days or something crazy. And actually, we might be under 200 days now. So yeah, we're ready to go. Got some spring ball coming up. That starts on the 19th, I believe. So
yeah.
So that'll get us through about a month, and then that'll
bigger attendance. If we go ahead and get the, why am I blanking on the names right now? Millard South versus
Millard South West Side.
Thank you. Jeez. Millard South versus West Side at Memorial Stadium in the Class A championship game, or Nebraska spring game?
State championship game, high school.
Wouldn't that be crazy? I mean, it just kind of tells you how far the spring game's fallen off, and also that being 11 a.m. But I would be really curious if everything goes the way we just said. That would be the most by far electric Memorial Stadium championship game in high school that we've ever seen. I think it'd be a big enough game that you're going to have a lot of eyes on it, not just here in Nebraska.
If that first game is a barn burner and both those quarterbacks put up the numbers, which I expect that they probably will, and with the talent on that field, I would say that you have a great chance of going 40 to 50,000 in the state championship game if both teams are able. We might be putting the cart in front of the horse because they both got to get there,
right?
And you got to make sure that the NSAA doesn't do anything crazy and put them both on the same side of the bracket. But if they're on opposite ends of the bracket and they have a chance to fight their ways back to be in the state championship game together, I think you have a great opportunity for 40 to 50,000 at that game.
Man, you got me fired up here, Raff. It just feels like the Super Bowl was this, just this last weekend, and I'm just completely already like, man, it's been too long without football. I'm excited for it. I know our crew's excited for it, and we'll just get to wait and see. Miller South keeps growing, see what those guys do. And of course, there's a lot of great Lincoln rivalries that first week as well. And then down the stretch, as Don points out, it should be good. This year feels like it's got a little bit of extra juice, not just because of, these two teams, but you look at some of the Lincoln schools and some of the stuff they're doing. The one time me and Jay Foreman were on Old School, and there was a lot of fighting going on between the texters talking about their high school football program. So I think people are fired up for this upcoming year. And I can't wait for it as well. You got anything left to add before we go ahead and throw it to our last break?
I'm all good. I just wanted to make note of that because that seeing those two quarterbacks play, I'm excited. I'm intrigued. Watching their videos, they both are top-notch players, top-notch people. I'm ready to watch them duel it out. Heck, get the t-shirts made.
I tell you what, I just want a good game. I know one's going to Nebraska, one's going to Mizzou, but I'm okay with just watching some really, really good football, which I think is probably what we'll go ahead and get. That being said, we'll go ahead, throw it to our last break here. Raff's good take on sports. We'll get to his good take on life right here. 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
Lincoln's Coffee Week is now Coffee Month in February. With 25 participating venues, visit and check into at least 10 for a chance to win a $250 gift card to the venue of your choice. More details at lincoln.org/coffee-month, brought to you by Visit Lincoln.
Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors and Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors and Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors and Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends. Flowers and chocolate are great for Valentine's Day, but you know what really earns you bonus points? A massage. No, not from you, but from the professionals at The Body Shop. Now is the time to purchase a gift certificate for your significant other to make sure you're the big winner this Valentine's Day. Go to thebodyshoplincoln.com and select from their wide variety of specific massages. Once you've purchased, you can either print out the certificate or email it to the lucky recipient. Do Valentine's Day right this year with a massage from The Body Shop, right behind Eyeglass World at 56th and O.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Back to Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket. With all the good takes you need, here is your host, Chris Raff.
All right, final segment, Raff's Good Take on Sports, 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. And Raff, I'll let you have the floor here. We got about 4 minutes left.
All right, everybody. Today's Ralph's Good Take goes out to my favorite person in the whole wide world. It goes out to my wife, Tracy. It is her birthday today. Tracy is the kindest, biggest heart, amazing person that you will ever meet. I am so lucky to call her my wife. Just the person, she makes me want to be a better person every day because she's that amazing. So Tracy, I hope you've had the best birthday, and I love you very much. And you are always Raff's Good Take.
Smart move, Raff. You got anything planned for Valentine's Day? Because you got some pressure now. Now you're married and you got Valentine's Day.
No, once you get married, you don't have to celebrate Valentine's no more. Ain't that the rules?
You better double check because you might be in some hot water.
We'll figure something out. You know, I always got something up my sleeve, so we'll see what we can do.
I was listening. If you need some advice, go listen to Kevin Meyer on Old School. Quite the savant when it comes to understanding Valentine's Day. I was driving in and I was like, this is well thought out. But no, it's fantastic. And if you guys need ideas, go see Kevin Meyer at Meyer's Cork and Bottle, because not only does he understand the beer and wine game, he's also has a family. He's been successful with it. So he knows some tips and tricks how to keep that thing healthy and alive. And they do get some good matchups. I mean, do you do anything special for Valentine's Day? Like, do you go out and eat? Are you going to go watch a movie? Going to get some wine? Like, what's the move?
Probably go eat. Probably get dinner somewhere. No, I don't know. We probably won't do it on Valentine's Day though, just because it's just such a craziness. One of the things we don't really enjoy being around a ton of people. We like it kind of laid back. So maybe we'll do it like the day before or the day after. So we'll figure something out. But yeah, sometimes on Valentine's Day, it's just too crazy and too hectic. And I don't like dealing with crowds.
No, I'm the same way. Unfortunately, I've had some exes in the past if you believe it or not, Raff, that for Valentine's Day, I always remember it was like every year I was like, why? I don't want to, it's negative 10 degrees outside. Like, I don't want to go out and do anything right now. Like, we just stay in, watch a movie. But then, you look like you don't care. So good luck to everyone out there who is in that position, who's got to make it count. I'm out of the book, so I get to just hang out and do whatever the hell I want on Valentine's Day, which I'll take. Doesn't bother me one bit. Chris Raff, appreciate you as always, man. And go ahead and tell your wife I said happy birthday as well. We'll let you go. Don't go anywhere, though. Don't Punt Hour coming up next. 93.7 The Ticket.